Eutectic. This next section introduces our first rule, the aspect ratio rule. First, we need to define the aspect ratio, which we can do two different ways. It can be stated in words. The aspect ratio is the smallest 2D dimension, which for us is always the width, divided by the stencil thickness. Or we could use an equation. The aspect ratio is equal to W divided by T. Now that we know what the aspect ratio is, we want to take a look at the rule that uses the aspect ratio. In words, the rule is that the aspect ratio should be more than 1.5. As an equation, we would write W divided by T is greater than 1.5. Why should we use the aspect ratio rule? Well, because it's been found that if the aspect ratio is less than 1.5, when the stencil and the pad are separated, it is more likely that there will be solder paste left behind in the aperture, and therefore not delivered to the pad. So, what do you do if an aperture breaks the rule? That is to say, if W divided by T is less than 1.5, then what changes can be made to bring it above 1.5? You can increase the aperture width, which would increase the value of the aspect ratio, or you might decrease the stencil thickness, which would also increase the ratio. Remember, whether you increase W or decrease T, you need to do it enough to bring up the aspect ratio to greater than 1.5.